Brexit has been a disaster for London. Innovation and business has fled the city, and Londoners have been forced to follow, leaving the place they once called home. But we've got a chance to change this. With London's fairer voting system, you can vote for Rejoin EU without splitting the vote and letting the worst candidate win. You have 2 votes in this election. Use your first to get your Rejoin voice heard and help turn things around. Let's meet some of the candidates and supporters making this happen.
London is Europe's gateway to the world.
People from across the UK have marched in this city for Europe.
Europeans from across the continent have made their home in London.
Knowing it's the place Europe connects to the world.
And people from around the world look to London as the entry point to the world's most peaceful and prosperous continent.
And it's created something magical.
A place where people from every nation, near and far, assemble.
Where new ideas are born daily.
A music and arts powerhouse.
A startup hotbed.
A city overflowing with progressive thinking, where opportunities unrivaled.
Sure, we have big problems in London, and not everybody is included as they should be.
But to fix this, we need the widest range of people here.
To bring ideas and innovation to the table that we'd never have thought of on our own.
That's why Rejoin EU are partnering with organisations and parties such as Volt to set a precedent for a progressive alliance, to challenge this corrupt government and this deceitful Brexit process.
Tolerance and pragmatism are the path to reform. We need to move away from our tribal politics and the cults of personality that have led us to where we are today.
London is a shining beacon for what we can do when we empower global citizens.
Our enviable position means we don't just create new ideas, but we spread them throughout the world.
Do not let our assembly go the same way as the government, strangling a country that once looked out to the world to breaking point.
We need a leadership that embraces and champions everything that this incredible city stands for.
So on May the 6th, vote to keep London progressive, powerful, and Europe's gateway to the world.
London didn't vote for Brexit, but it's surely going to pay for it. Amsterdam eclipsing London's sharing trade, Paris vying for the art market crown, London's world-leading universities facing financial losses. The list is almost endless. I spoke to former MEP John Stevens about the city's financial state.
London's strength in financial services, which is the foundation of its whole economy, derives from it being the gateway for European capital into the world and for world capital into Europe. By cutting ourselves off from the European Union, we have put all that at risk.
And there's no opposition. Some may say there's no case for fighting yesterday's wars to rejoin the EU. But if you're a victim of yesterday's wars, the pain today is very real, and there's no solution for tomorrow. I spoke to former Lib Dem mayoral candidate Siobhan Benita about how she feels.
The majority of Londoners didn't vote to leave the EU. And whichever party they normally supported, many of them, like me, have been left feeling politically homeless and unheard. On the 6th of May, we can use our first vote to make sure we send a clear Rejoin message.
We want the benefits of EU membership back. Freedom of movement, the most successful peace project in history. Access to the largest free market in the world. The Erasmus scheme. High food standards. Environmental protections. Employment rights. Greater security for the world stage. A future of cooperation and partnership.
Second votes will only count towards the top 2 parties in this election. So if you want your voice back, your EU rights back, your future in our city back, you must vote for Rejoin EU first in this election.